What up guys, Squesty here. Welcome back to my channel. Actually, this is my first video, so welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be opening up the October scrawlrbox, and I'm really excited. Let's get right into it. So the first thing I see when I open up this box is the candy, and the label says Parma Violets. Maybe it's like a UK version of a rocket. And then I see that Copic label and get all excited. But first, the pin. This is like this adorable little pin for their 50th box. I really love that teal color though. I like it, but I don't know if I'll ever wear it. Next up is this teeny tiny little kneaded eraser. It can fit in my hand, it's so cute. And I had a hard time opening this thing, and I still can't figure out how to close it properly. But once I finally did get it out, it turned out to be this perfect, stretchy, smooth eraser that's it's not marred by the graphite, and it'll be a good replacement because my old one's getting really dirty. And next up, what I've been waiting for, the multi-pack, I'm gonna call it. It looks like there's markers and fine liners in this pack, so I think it'll be pretty cool to try out. The first marker I pull out is a Copic Chow in the color Blueberry, which is perfect because it looks like one. And then the other Copic Chow is in the color Mauve Violet, and of course it has the brush tip and shows it, which is such a pretty color, I think. Next up, we have a Copic multi-liner in the color Wine with a 0.3 tip. Nice and fine. And lastly, we have a pen. I think it's called At You Spica, and it's 0.2 and it's pink, but it has the oddest little nib ever. I've never seen a nib like that before, so it'll be cool to try these out. The second last art supply here is a pencil, a Faber-Castell 2.5 HB, and you can't really go wrong with the pencil. And the scrawlrbox sticker, which is so cute this month. It's like little purple speckles. I love how it's just like a scribble. You know, I've tried making that scribble before. It's very hard. And the last item, a Derwent paint pen with a 0.5 tip. I'm really excited about this because my Posca pen is running out. Get rid of all that ugly tissue paper. Here's the menu, which will describe each item in detail. I'll do my research later. And as soon as I felt this paper, I knew it was marker paper, and I'm excited to test them out because I do have some marker paper, but it may not be the best, so it'll be cool to try out another brand. And then the print. When I saw this print, I flipped out. It was DrawingWiffWaffles, I know it, and it was so exciting because DrawingWiffWaffles is one of my favorite YouTubers. Unfortunately, I forgot to show you the back of the print, but I do later. Here are the supplies from this month's scrawlrbox, and let's just jump right into it. Of course, we have to start by opening the pin. And when you take it out of all that packaging, you realize just how tiny the pin is. And now it's time to do my research, like I said I would. And the prompter this month is Dressed to the Nines. And I think you could go so many directions with that, so that's really exciting. But as I was staring at the description of the paper, I noticed it said ink will never bleed through. Like, what's up with that? Never, as in never? It literally says never. This is crazy! Revolutionary! This is a theory that will have to be tested. And after organizing the background so it looks nice to you guys, I can finally start swatching out the art supplies. The pencil is, well, you know, a pencil, pretty basic, nothing I can complain about, nothing to rant about. The Copic Chows were both very juicy, and the colors were obviously beautiful, though I found it's very difficult to write properly with a brush tip marker. After swatching out the two markers, I go over to the fine liners, and I tried the Copic wine colored one first, and it was in all aspects to me a perfect fine liner, and the color was gorgeous. The next one though is so different. The tip is, I don't even know what it is. It's like scratchy and smooth and just really fun to play with. Oh, and it's really sparkly too. And finally, I'm testing out the paint pen, and it took a little while to heat up, warm up, whatever you like to say it, a lot of shaking, a lot of tapping, but once I did, it worked perfectly fine, and I found I had a lot of control over it, and it was a nice fine nib. Here, I try to do the scrawlrbox logo, but it's a lot harder than you think. You have to have like the perfect square-shaped scrawl. Anywho, now it's time to try the candy, and I don't think I've enjoyed a scrawlrbox candy yet. And sorry to say, this wasn't my first. I mean, it wasn't like that bad, it just kind of tasted like soap. Anyway, putting that aside, I started doing a little sketch, just trying to test out the art supplies, not making anything amazing, you know, just swatching out all those beautiful purple colors. I actually ended up making a couple sketches, one of which looks a little bit creepy. much. I mean, like, just a little. But guys, just hold on a minute. I forgot to show you what the back of the print said, all about Drawing with Waffles. And here's a description of her, and here's all her links to social media. So yeah, go check her out. She's the one who got me interested into YouTube, which is so cool because her box is, you know, the first one that I'm putting on YouTube. So I don't know, I just thought it was a cool little connection right there. Anyway, after doobling and dabbling around here with this and that, I'm gonna start on a little sketch, and I was thinking to the dress to the nines. I just had this floppy hat in my head, this like kind of old-fashioned lady with like lots of flowers, and as you can see, my picture kind of evolves from that, but it started out with this floppy hat lady idea, and the first take did not look so good to me. She kind of looked like an egg with a nose, so I got my sister's picture of trying to get that same position, and I'll try to copy it off her, and it looked so much nicer after that, and I really liked it. My pictures always turn out so much better when I have a reference image, and I'm still young in my drawing, career, so I still haven't learned how a proper human being really looks, so I have to use a lot of reference images. Anyway, here's how the second sketch ended up. I think it looks much better than the other one, less like an egg with a nose stuck on it. But guys, watch this. Look it, nothing leaked through. It's incredible. I need me to get some of that paper. That is a horrible sentence. I think it's the brand Canson, and it's called The Wall, which I personally think is a brilliant name. After that amazing discovery, I'm starting on my final sketch, and the problem with this sketch is I started too big, and by the time I got it where I liked it, it was way too big to add the hat, so I decided on a bun instead, which I think worked perfectly fine. Here's me drawing a little circle of it. It took a whole lot of time, though, to get that little line of the face right, the curvy line where the eyes and the mouth are, and you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it took a little while. But this picture actually wasn't that difficult, and I love the flowers in her hair. The only problem with this picture is that she does not look like she's dressed to the nines, but I did think she did end up turning out pretty cute. Yes, the kneaded eraser is amazing, and I love it, and it's so much more stretchy than my old one. It's beautiful and cute, and it works perfectly fine. Though I did find it a little bit difficult, as you can see, to erase the sketch, but that's just because that was my fault, So normally after this, I would fine line the entire thing, but I'm gonna skip that for you. So let's just get right to the coloring. So here I'm starting off doing the skin tone, and since I don't have any normal looking skin tones, I'm gonna be using the lightest purple, which is Mauve Violet. I did cheat a bit and use the colorless blender, but that was just because her cheeks look so abstract, like solid, so I had to fix it somehow. The hair color basically chose itself in this matter. It was just so dark. And I was tapping the paper and I was feeling it because the ink was just staying on top. And I think it was because the paper kind of let the ink stay at the top so you could blend it with other colors. So yeah, I was really impressed with this paper. I chose the pink color for the flower because, well, there wasn't very many options left, but it did look really good in the hair. And I colored the other little flower beside it purple mixed with that color so it wasn't exactly matching the skin. And then I had the brilliant idea of coloring white over top the dark hair to make it look like little white flowers, and it contrasted so beautifully, and I'm so glad I did this. I mean, look at that contrast. It basically looks like it's sparkling off her head. It's so pretty. I did the leaves in that wine fine lining color, which took a little work, to fill in all the leaves with the fine liner, but it was worth it. And now guys, get a load of this. Do you see that white paper? I know we did this before, but look, it doesn't leak through at all, and I colored that dark color on the hair, and I was just so impressed with this paper, and I would totally recommend it to anyone who wants to get it. You might have noticed I put a little piece of printer paper underneath my drawing. I just didn't want anything to happen to my beautiful white surface so it could stay beautiful white for you guys. And I'm trying to do the shirt here, and I wanted to do it a color between, the dark purple and the light purple, so I'd use the dark purple for the shadows, the light purple for everything else. But then the dark purple turned out to be so dark purple. Whew, that was long. Anyway, I'm trying to add, I had this brilliant idea to make lace on her shirt, so I tried to do a dark background, and then I was going to color the white over top. But thinking about it now, it would have been her skin underneath, not some crazy dark color, so it turned out a little weird, but, it added the detail that this picture needed, so I guess I'm okay with it. Now I just have to finish up a few little details, like erasing that awful mouth line I thought was a good idea at one point, and adding some cute little freckles. So here's the finished picture. I worked pretty long and hard on this. I'm pretty proud of it, and I really like it. I just love the colors that Drawing with Waffles chose. I think they were perfect for this video. And I have to add my signature, Jessie, with a little heart at the end. It's very important. And you guys, thanks for watching. Hope you had fun. Squishy out.